Hey guys, we're back in the shed today, and today's plan is to slap a bar setup on my sled. This is my 2016 Polaris Pro MK800, and I've had it now for 4 or 5 years, and I've always used these bars, and I've always wanted to change it up and see what I could use and see what difference it is with some aftermarket bars. So I picked up some Cheetah Factory Racing products today, and we're gonna get those bad boys slapped on the sled, so stay tuned. So the bars that I chose to go with were the Boondocker 2.0 handlebars with white. They have a 30-inch width, 2-inch rise, 1 1/8 clamp, a 10-degree hook, and 14-degree sweep. And the reason why I went with these bars instead of any of the other kinds is because my bars right now are about a 6-inch rise. These bars are 2-inch rise, and I got the blue 3-inch risers, so in total I should have about a 5-inch rise, which is kind of what I'm looking to get. And I love all the angles of how these bars are, because we just slapped one on JD's and I tried it out and fell in love with it, so I decided to go get a set myself. I also got the blue signature grips, the tube adapter so I can use my stock clamps, and the large bar pad in blue. And I got some white spray paint here because I'm going to spray paint my old clamps white to try and get the color combos to go with my wrap here. So let's get the old bar setup taken off the sled now and start slapping this sweet looking stuff on. So I made it this far. I got the brake taken off finally, stripped out 2 of the bolts getting it off because it was on there so tight, and I did use the exact size Torx bit that it took, but still stripped it. And the top of my cap on my brake reservoir is leaking, so gonna have to get a new one of those, I'd say, and fix that after. But for now, we're gonna get this part of the hood taken off because I didn't pick up any hand warmers, so I'm just gonna chop the wires and then tape them all back together and shove them under the hood for now until I run out of town and grab the hand warmers to slap onto the new bars. So let's get this part of the hood taken off, cut these wires and the hand warmers, and haul everything off the sled. So after taking off my old clamps, I painted them white and got my tube adapter put back in. Everything's all bolted up solid. Next, I'm going to take the top caps off my risers and put the other one on. And I'm going to lay my bars in place and get my risers pivoted to where I want them. And then bolt them on solid down below. And then I have to bolt my bars on solid. So let's get the bars put in place and the other riser and see how everything's going to go. Down to the last 3 things we put on the sled, which is the 2 grips and the bar pad. We're going to get that bar pad slapped on in a second, and then we got to pull the sled out into the other shed to get these grips put on. So as you can see here in front of me, I have the risers and the bars all put on along with everything else. but you also might notice that I don't have a kill switch. And the reason why is because, one, I've always had trouble with haulers or something hitting it, causing my sled to shut off, and then I'd get stuck. Two, I never did use it. I've always used my tether or my key. And three, it looked really stupid on these bars. So I simply just ran the wire back into the hood and unplugged it and hauled that out of there and chucked it in the garbage. The second thing I want to point out, if you got a Polaris and you're going to get these boondocker tool handlebars, I don't know if any of the other ones are the same way or not, but this throttle block will not slide over this curve. So you just got to simply pop out your 4 bolts here, pull this cap off, and then underneath you got to pull out your 1 bolt right there, slide this little plastic piece out, and be careful hauling out your sensor, slide the throttle block over, and then bolt it all back together. And I also ran into more trouble with the bolts that they had into this clamp, which was these Turex bits, or these Turex bolts, and I used a red size bit for them, and they were not even in there tight. Stripped them completely, so slapped these 8mm bolts in there that are going to be a lot more reliable and probably not strip out. And even if they do, they're going to be a lot easier to get out than what that junk was. So let's get the bar pad slapped on the sled, pull her out on the other side, slap those grips on, and call it a night. Bar setup is completely on the sled, and boy does she ever look sweet with this on her. Definitely going to be more things in store for this thing this season, so be sure to stay tuned, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.